Hey, Mike here with Mike's Bags, and today I am reviewing The Gambler by The Bag Brokers. This is my first set of bags from The Bag Brokers. Well, in fact, when I bought these, I also bought a set of the Wardens here, so I'll be doing a review of these in the near future, so keep an eye out for that. But these are my first two sets of bags I'd ever gotten from The Bag Brokers. They're big. They're a company based out of Texas. They're very popular in the TCL, the Texas Cornhole League. I don't play in the area. I don't play in TCL events. I had heard of The Bag Brokers, but I hadn't really had a chance to throw in their bags. So I wanted to jump in and grab a set, and from what I can tell, the Gambler was one of their more popular bags. That's why I jumped on that one first. So let's go ahead and break this bag down, and let's see how it plays. First thing I'll mention as well, I'll talk about the stamp here on this because you can get these bags with the ACO stamp, with the TCL stamp, or with no stamp. So depending on what kind of stamp, where you play, what league you're looking for, you have that option. I bought this particular bag because I wanted the ACO. I play in ACO events from time to time. I wanted the ACO stamp. That's why I bought that. So that's why I got this design, right? Depending on what kind of stamp you want to what designs are available. I don't have a problem design. It's got the Bag Brokers logo on the back on both sides. One side says the Bag Brokers, one side says the Gamblers. They did have some pretty cool designs. I liked a little better than this, but some of those were no stamped versions. And again, I wanted the ACO stamp. That's why I got it. But if you don't need the stamp, they have a good variety of designs, colorways, options. So you can check them out. They have a website, thebagbrokers.shop. I'll put a link description. You can go there, check out what designs, what styles, what colorways they have. They've got quite a few of them on there. Material-wise, on this Gambler, the slow side. This is that reverse slide right material. It's the same slow side you find on the Pro Sniper or the Costello. It's if you're familiar with the all slides or the fire incinerator, that slow side material, but you just flip it over and put the back side of it. That's what you have here. It's 6-speed material. It's actually really nice. It's controllable, but it's fast. It's pretty hole friendly. One thing I like about it is it tends to play pretty well, even when the boards get sticky and damp for humidity. It slows down, but not much. It's still playable. So I like that. So this material you can play in pretty much all board conditions. So 6-speed on the slow side. Fast side is that Pro Sniper Deadhead fast side, 9-speed. Talk about it a lot. A lot of bags have it. You know, it's crazy fast. It slides through conditions, pushes through anything. So you got a 9-speed fast, a 6-speed slow. It's the exact same material combinations you find on the Pro Sniper. They have the exact same two materials on there. So if you like the Pro Sniper, but you're looking for an ACO stamped bag or a TCL stamped bag or a no stamped version of that bag, the Gambler may be a good one to check out. Now there are some differences from it. One of those differences is the fill. The Pro Sniper uses 100% disc fill. This actually has a mixed fill. You've got some discs in there as well as some small beads. And I like this mixed fill better because you get the benefits of that soft landing, little kick of the disc fill. You still get a very nice hand feel from it, but you gain a little more hole friendliness when you add those beads in there. So you kind of get a little bit of the best of both worlds in some aspect of that. It's a medium template bag. Yeah, it's not real big. It's not real small. It's got, medium to full amount of fill in there. It's a decent amount of fill, so it gives you a great hand feel. You get a lot of beads and a lot of fill to grab a hold of. But it also still has a fair amount of flop. It's not crazy floppy, but there's a decent amount of flop, so you still get some of that forgiveness that you get around the hole with a floppy bag. So you're gaining a decent hand feel, but yet you're still gaining some of that hole forgiveness with the floppy. So they kind of found that just right middle spot with this bag, and I think it really shows in the playability of that. One thing I will mention on this, the seams. So when I got these bags, I broke them out using toss sauce, and I went out and threw them. And at the first day I was throwing them, after I threw them all, I looked down at one bag and I saw threads, and I was like, "Oh crap, the seams are already ripped and busted. I just got them, and they're trying to come apart." Then I started looking and realized, oh no, wait, every bag is that way. And then I looked a little more and realized, oh wait, this is not the seams busting. This is actually intentionally. It's the way they're designed. So to make you aware, I don't know what the advantage is of this. So the seams are stitched inside of here, and then they have this extra stitching along the outside edge. I'm guessing this is designed to protect the seams. This is kind of like a first line of defense to keep the seams from taking the abuse and the stress. This takes more of the abuse on there. I'm assuming, I don't know of any other bags that do this. I know the WTF has more of an embroidery stitch you can see. I don't know the advantage to doing the stitching out here being exposed like this, opposed to a double stitch. I don't know what the differerences are. Maybe some of you guys that know can tell me if there's an advantage to this or not. But just be aware, if you get this, you see the stitching, that's not the seams busting like I thought. That's actually intended to be that way. So anyway, playability on this bag. This is a bag that's designed to really run bags in the hole. You're putting your 4 bags in, you're just trying to outscore your opponent. You're not going to get real fancy. I mean, you can slow this material down on the slow side, and you can throw blockers from time to time. You kind of play a little bit of dirty style game. The problem is it's not a real sticky material, so it's not going to offer a lot of resistance. So when your opponent throws a bag, it's more likely just going to move out of the way, just go in the hole. It's not going to cause their bag to kick off, right? Because it just doesn't have that much of a friction or resistance on that slow side to it. But it's still controllable enough. You can throw some blockers up there. If you do, they're because of the fullness, they're real easy to clip a corner and collect. So you get a little more aggressive and put that bag more over on your opponent's side, and then just come in with your bag and clip it and collect it. You don't have to get crazy and try to come across the cut. It's also, both these materials are very hole friendly, so it's great around the hole. If you can just get this corner, talking about the flop and the forgiveness, if you can just get this corner to catch a hole, just catch the edge of the hole, it'll spin around and drip in. So when, I've talked about from time to time before about the landing zone, and depending on what bags you throw to how big or how small that landing zone is, well, this bag kind of widens the landing zone a little bigger than normal because you have that little bit of that floppiness. It's a little more forgiving. So if you're a little off left or right, you just grab that hole, it's going to go in for you, which I love when I'm throwing a fast bag. I want a fast bag. It's going to be more forgiving for me because I'm not a great fast bag thrower. It's not typically what I do a lot of, but when I get bags like this, it makes me want to maybe become more of a fast bag thrower. So I put a lot of bags in the hole. I had a lot of fun throwing it. It's a wonderful material combination. It's just a right amount of fill, right amount of flop to it. There's really nothing that I can say negative about the bag. It played phenomenal. And it's definitely something that I can see why this bag is popular in the TCL. I can see why it's popular down in the Texas area. And I think as more and more people start throwing it and getting their hands on it, I think it's going to become one of the more popular bags across the country. It's a wonderful bag, and I do recommend you guys checking it out. Now, availability on that. Actually, before I jump to availability, I want to do a quick thing. I haven't done a giveaway in a while, so I want to give this set of bags away to one of you guys out there. And I usually do it at the end of my videos, but I kind of want to slip it in here just a little bit before the end, because some people sometimes just fast forward the end looking for a giveaway. So real quick, on this giveaway, just make sure that you subscribe to my channel, make sure you like this video, and then just drop a comment down below, Gambler. Just say Gambler. So subscribe, like, comment, Gambler. I'll respond back with a number, and then we'll do a giveaway. I'll run this for a week, so we'll run this till next Friday, March the 3rd at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll cut the entries off, and then anyone who's liked, subscribed, and commented Gambler before 9 p.m. Eastern Time on March the 3rd, I will then put your name in, and we'll do some kind of giveaway probably sometime that weekend or within a few days after that, and I'll give away these bags to one of you guys. So anyway, going to availability of this bag. The Bag Brokers has a website. I mentioned it's actually on their bag. It's actually on this bag. It says it's thebagbrokers.shop is the website you go to. And they have quite a few options on there available for you as far as the colorways, the designs, depending on what stamps or not stamps you want. The bags run, if I remember right, without a stamp on there, they're $70. And then if you want the ACO stamp, they're $80. If you're getting a TCL stamp, you have to go through the TCL site to get that. I didn't pay attention what the price was on there, what it is for sure. But $70 without a stamp, $80 with the ACO stamp. That does not include shipping. Just pay shipping on that. It's still on the cheaper end of bags, very reasonable, well worth it. You're getting your money's worth out of that. I have no issue paying that for a set of these bags. So definitely check them out. Thebagbrokers.shop. Go check them out. Check the Gambler out. If you like this bag or you're more interested in some other bags, stay tuned a little longer. Actually, I will have a review of the Warden coming out here in the near future as well. And then, I really liked this bag, so I may be looking at getting some more bags from the Bag Brokers and seeing how they play. So I thank you guys so much for support, and thanks for watching.